Hey everybody, I wanted to do a quick video on a do-it-yourself DIY drawer system I did, and wanted to share the lessons learned because I've used it for about 2 years now. About to take it out, replace it, make some modifications, and before I did that I wanted to show you guys what I did like, what I didn't like. So yeah, let's get right to it. So essentially what I created here was a true drawer system, and it worked out for what I needed it to do. A lot of designs out there actually go a little bit deeper as far as height. I actually did this because I wanted access to the side panel over here, and then I kind of wanted to keep my subwoofer exposed over there just so I could have access to my sound system. So interesting thing is, most of this, or the reason I started doing this, was I wanted to save money, because most drawer systems cost thousands of dollars, and good news, bad news, you will save some money. You're still going to spend some money. It's not going to be cheap. So let me walk through some of the design ideas that I had here. One of them was, I have a battery switch that goes straight to the battery. That allows me to, without turning the vehicle on, I can turn on all the electrical stuff in the drawer system. So that was a nice feature. I actually had 2 USB plug-ins right here, and that seemed like a really good idea at the time. However, I discovered that unless the weather's perfect and there's no bugs, your vehicle's actually closed most of the time, because either it's cold or the bugs are horrible. So while this was a great idea initially, I actually only used it like 2 or 3 times over a period of like 2 years. So I'm actually not going to be doing a charging station right here. I know a lot of drawer systems do that. I found it impractical for my needs. Over here I have an air compressor and air adapter right here, and made an access chamber right here where I can get to the air compressor if I need to change anything in there. Yeah, so if you notice, there is a back to this. So right behind the seats is another storage area. The reason I did this was, this is about 30 inches deep, and the reason I did that is my cooler was 30 inches deep, my camp chairs were 30 inches deep, everything that I had on average was about 30 inches deep, which meant that I had 4 to almost a foot of empty storage space in the back, behind everything, behind the seats. The other experience that I had was I got stuck on a rock step one time, and so my vehicle's at like a 35-degree angle. I opened up the back of my vehicle and just everything fell out, and you were already frustrated as it was, so when you did that, you really got frustrated. So the concept here was I wanted to be able to access my recovery gear at any point in time, and so let's show you what that looks like real fast. Okay, so the concept here was I could access behind the seats and have all my recovery gear in here. This is all empty because I'm actually about to take it out of the vehicle. So one of the ideas I also had was I want to be able to remove this entire vertical space if I needed to lay something flat or larger in the vehicle. So I have a door hinge here with butterfly nuts, and another one up here that would allow me to actually take this piece out. That way everything was flat in the back. So I had some modular capabilities in there. This was great, except that I've got a 2 and a 4-year-old, and so when you put car seats in here, all of a sudden getting access to this is a little bit of a challenge. I added a rubber matting on top of this, and you can buy these off of Amazon. It's just a thin matting that you can put down on top of things. I did this because I wanted to do sound deafening and it wouldn't be too loud. I also used these tie down points to actually keep this rubber in place, which actually worked out pretty well. For the vertical pieces, I ended up just using a staple gun and gluing it. That seemed to work really well. The drawers, this is all, most of the stuff straight out of Lowe's. So this is just a regular U-joint here as well. And then inside, yeah, so these ball bearings, you can buy them for a few bucks off of eBay for a whole bag of them. And they're rock solid. So put a few of those in there and then line them up with your U-joint. And this drawer is completely full, had well over 50 pounds of weight in it, and it's performed admirably. It's fine. It's good to go for several more years. It just doesn't match up with my needs anymore. So just a few notes on when you're building one of these. I use poor man's CAD, also known as cardboard. There's not a single straight line in this vehicle. Everything's ergonomic and all cool and fancy, and if you're just looking to cut straight lines, it's not going to happen. So highly recommend use a cardboard cutout and make sure that you get everything you want fitting correctly before you actually start cutting on the actual wood. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments down below and I'll respond. And if you can, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.